there are consequences that come from pushing myself. And one person asked me, so why do you do it? Is it worth it? Hey y'all, so this has been our life for the past few days. Several days ago we got home from our vacation to Orlando where we saw friends and family and went to Disney and had a wonderful time, but it wasn't without its consequences. Despite having a few moments of some health difficulties while we were there, I was actually really impressed with how my body held up for the trip. It wasn't really until our last Disney visit to Hollywood Studios that I was really struggling. We left the park early and then we couldn't really stay to hang out with Paul and Janice afterwards because I just was in a lot of pain and I did not feel well. So we came home a little earlier than anticipated and we've been recovering. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity we had to take this trip and to enjoy it. Summer was very rough for me with multiple extended hospital stays, and so taking this vacation and just having us time and doing things we loved, it was a great way to kind of move past that difficult season in our life. So I definitely don't regret anything, but when the repercussions of pushing myself and doing more than I usually do caught up with me, it was quite rough. The biggest obstacle was managing my pain. My chronic pain has just been seeming to get worse or more difficult to manage lately, and the first night home I crashed and I slept, but the second night home I literally did not sleep at all because I was just in so much pain. I couldn't sleep with it. And I'm doing better now. I'm not 100%, but getting back to my baseline and feeling more like myself. It's Sunday and I actually made it to church today, which is, I'm glad, because how I'd been feeling the past few days, I didn't know if I would make it. And while I'm glad I went, it was quite a challenge for me. Just getting out of bed, getting myself ready, and getting to church was hard. Thankfully, my mom went with me, and of course Harlow was there. But people were asking me if I was okay, because I guess you can just tell I wasn't feeling well, and apparently I was extremely pale. If my pain gets bad enough, it makes me nauseous, and halfway through the service, I was hurting too much, and I felt so exhausted that we had to leave. So we couldn't stay for the whole thing, but I'm glad we were at least there for a little bit. And now back home, I've assumed my position with Hippo here, snuggling together, watching Netflix, and Harlow's honestly not objected to all the downtime and snuggles. But I wanted to talk to y'all about something. When I was at church, people were asking if I was okay, and I said, we had a fun vacation, but because of my health, there are consequences that come from pushing myself. And one person asked me, so why do you do it? Is it worth it? And I did not get the sense that they were being rude. I think they were just genuinely curious. And I kind of took that opportunity to explain that I like to have a fun, adventurous life. I like to do the things I love, even though it could cause me some issues later, because for me personally, even if I do stay at home and don't do anything, my symptoms may be more manageable, but I'm still not going to feel well. I'm chronically ill. That it's always with me, my symptoms and my struggles. But when I have better moments, my health is doing better, and I have good days, I want to take advantage, because I'm not just a chronic illness warrior. I'm also a wife and a daughter and a friend, and I'm Jaquie. I want to do the things that bring me joy. So we took advantage and went to the trip to Disney, and I'm still paying for it, but I don't regret it. It's really just about Sorry, my camera battery randomly died, and I put a new battery in it. I don't feel like putting it back on the tripod. But anyways, I was saying it's about finding a balance, and also y'all have to see this. All her little paws, these are crossed and crossed and crossed. She's just so cute. I also wanted to add that even though I know full well the risk I'm taking, even though I know the repercussions are inevitable and they're going to happen, it's still okay to be upset about it. You know, most people don't have to think about repercussions from these activities. Recovering from a vacation, that it sounds silly, but that's my reality. It's something we deal with as chronic illness warriors. So even though we know what's going to happen, even though we take the adventures knowing the fallout, we're human and we can still be upset about it. We have that right. But for me, I just try to approach it with a positive mindset. So even though the past few days have been a struggle, I've gotten a lot of snuggle time with Harlow. So that's a plus. And there's a quote I like. I'm going to mess this up. No, I'm not. Every day may not be good, but there is good in every day. Not my quote. I read that somewhere. Also, thinking of another quote, oftentimes I can't make it through the entire church service because of my symptoms, and I used to feel bad about it, but then I read something that changed my mindset, and it says, God doesn't require you to succeed, only that you try. And I know I'm doing my best, but if it's just not feasible for me because of pain, there's no point in sitting through a service being miserable. Anyways, I just wanted to give you all that update, and like I said, I'm getting back to feeling like myself, so no worries. And thank you so much for coming along with us on our Disney adventures. It was great to share that with y'all. I love the comments you left. And oh, question. I am planning to make 2 separate videos. One regarding how to do Disney with a service dog and how to do Disney with a disability chronic illness. So if y'all have any tips you want me to share in them or questions you have, let me know, because I'd like to include everything I possibly can to make those videos helpful for other people. Anyways, we're going to continue our resting, and Harlow and I will say goodbye. And thanks for joining us on our adventure.